All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The regular season finale. We are going to decide who goes to the playoffs now. Michael Whiting, AJ Godsey have the front row. David Gorman, Kevin Reed on the second. Mark Nelson, Jeff Hinkle have the third row. Richie Joplin and Eric Stoy have the fourth row. Albie Ewens and Brandon Springer round out your top 10. Cody Kennedy starting in 11th. William Mann Jr. starts 12th. Aaron Mason starting in 13th. Rick Surgeon in 14th. Mike Smith in 15th. Harley Barletta starts 16th. Gerald Thanos Poole starting in 17th. Dylan Murray in 18th. DJ the Iceman Kenner in 19th. Mark the Man Dan Tuma rounds out the 20-car field here at Richmond. Hey, good evening, Ants. Boy, I get a little out of breath going through. Looks like everybody has made it to the grid. Doing good, buddy. Hope you're feeling better today. Pace car is rolling. Gerald Poole down to the bottom. He is being assessed an EOL penalty. Do believe there were one or two that were going to be assessed tonight. Hey, good evening, David. Wow, damn, Ants, I am sorry to hear that, buddy. Hopefully Tuesday they get you taken care of. One more time around, pace car will drop in and turn 4. Down the back straightaway, everybody neat and tidy. Looks like 3 cars, single file at the back after EOLs. Pace car is in. Here they come out of 4. Green flag is in the air there, down and away. The regular season finale at Richmond. Out of turn 2, down the back straight. Oh, wow. Almost 3 wide. Albie Ewens managing to clear before they got 3 wide, but that first lap, a lot of movement. Rick Surgeon already on the move. Eric Stoy really on the attack. He is up to 3rd. Stoy, one of the drivers that has to race his way in tonight. He is tied for 12th with Michael Whiting, and Whiting is out front. Yeet indeed. Kevin Reed in second, just set the fastest lap. William Mann Jr. already up 4 spots into 8th. Mike Smith up 2 spots into 13th. Harley Barletta up 2 spots into 14th. Jeff Hinkle started tail into the field after his penalty, is back up into 15th. Richie Joplin battling side by side with Mark Nelson for 5th. Richie finally clears. Brandon Springer right behind him in 7th. William Mann Jr., Cody Kennedy 8th and 9th closing in. Aaron Mason now into the top 10, but he is under attack from the short track ace, AJ Godsey. Mid-pack, a lot of drivers that had to go to the back early, finding their way forward once again. Michael Whiting still holding his lead for the moment. Harley Barletta just moved into 11th place under Aaron Mason. Jeff Hinkle also on his way forward, battling side by side with Albie. Looks like more cars than we realized had EOLs dropped to the back. Speaking of dropping to the back, Mark Dantuma intentionally starting in the back, now up to 15th. The closest battle on track for this, for a playoff spot is Eric Stoy and Michael Whiting. Both drivers tied for 12th coming into tonight. Whiting in the lead, Stoy in 3rd. Stoy now looks under Reed for 2nd. This could very well come down to which one of those two drivers ends up ahead. Dylan Murray has had a problem. No caution, likely out of 4. Let's see what happened. Here's Dylan coming off turn 4 and loose into the infield. Extremely common incident here at Richmond. Dylan got the car recovered, but has gone to... No, he is still out on track. Eric Stoy has made his way to 2nd. Garmy now battling for 3rd with Kevin Reed. Richie Joplin back behind him 5th. Mark Nelson right there with him. Springer in 7th. Cody Kennedy in 8th. William Mann Jr. 9th. AJ Godsey now into the top 10. And AJ already looking underneath William Mann Jr. to take 9th. Jeff Hinkle also making his way forward. He is now up into 12th place. The competition caution tonight, lap 43. And all the drivers can go the distance from the comp caution on fuel. A lot of them said, though, they do not want to go that distance on the tires. Eric Stoy in 2nd has Garmy right on the bumper. Kevin Reed slipping back into 4th. Under attack from Richie, Mark Nelson, Brandon Springer even closing in. Now Richie looking underneath Kevin Reed. Mark Nelson drops to the bottom. They both go under Reed. Drivers have to be careful of the tire wear here. Several of the drivers talking about taking the brake bias all the way back tonight. Harley Barletta had the most extreme rear brake bias. But several of these drivers moving it as far back as possible, as far back as comfortable to help the car rotate through the turns. Cody Kennedy and Brandon Springer leaning on each other. Kennedy underneath trying to get the run for 8th place. The drag race out of 4. Springer on the high side has the momentum advantage, but down into 1, Kennedy still has the nose in. And the exit of turn 4 is tricky all race long. You've got to be careful. Too much power. Your car will go around and meet the infield. Hey, good evening, Kirk. Oh, wow. I did not notice that, Kyle. Aaron Mason is fading quickly. He is all the way back to 16th after moving up into the top 10 early. Meanwhile, Michael Whiting is checked out over Garmy, 2 1/4 seconds. Eric Stoy, now back into 3rd, is drifting back. Richie Joplin still holds 4th. Mark Nelson in 5th. Oh yeah, and Mark the Man Dantuma now to 12th. Up 8 spots as he gets to Barletta's back bumper. If I remember correctly, Harley went -7. Mark Dantuma now to the back bumper of Harley Barletta. With a big crowd just ahead, Brandon Springer, Jeff Hinkle, and Kevin Reed in this mix. Reed has really lost ground. The battle is on back here around 10th place. Harley going to the high side on Springer. Dan Tumas trying to follow him through. Jeff Hinkle tried to slide up but didn't have anywhere to go. Now Hinkle slides to the high side. Springer just lost a ton of positions. Mark Dantuma now to 10th place. Harley goes underneath Kevin Reed to take 8. Oh, very close call. Mark Dantuma gets loose up against Jeff Hinkle. He saves it, but now Hinkle has a run on the high side. Tires definitely starting to show some wear out there. Hinkle has a run on the high side around Kevin Reed. Yeah, I would go as far back as you can, Kyle. A.J. Godsey, the short track ace, now up into 6th, right behind Mark Nelson, as Eric Stoy has started to fade. Richie Joplin underneath for 3rd. And the one guy who does not want to see a competition caution right now is Michael Whiting with a 3.1 second lead. Mark D'Antuma has finally gathered the car up, now to the back bumper of Jeff Hinkle. Harley Barletta sits in 8th, Cody Kennedy in 7th. A.J. Godsey in 6th, trying to make a move on Nelson on the high side. Mark Nelson looks underneath Eric Stoy. AJ now gets to the high side. Eric Stoy up ahead, losing ground. Mark's going to slide back in and see if AJ can open the door. Jeff Hinkle now starting to look underneath Harley Barletta as we approach the comp caution. The field, there we go, Hinkle sends it underneath Barletta. Allows D'Antuma to close back up. Barletta managing to hold him off. Can D'Antuma take advantage on the high side? Can't get in there yet. Oh, Hinkle, little bobble out of 4. D'Antuma's got to run. Richie Joplin up to 3rd. A.J. Godsey is now up into 4th place. Eric Stoy has dropped back into 5th and has Mark Nelson closing in. Aaron Mason's right front tire. I imagine a lot of these guys' right front is completely shot at this point. Rick Sargent back in 15th. Gerald Poole in 17th. Mike Smith back in 18th. Albie Hewins in 19th. Dylan Murray back in 20th, trying to make up some ground from the early spin. So far, Michael Whiting has led every lap. And comp caution will come out just as he gets to the lap traffic. The competition caution is out lap 43. Some big changes throughout this field tonight, but man, one thing that has not been a surprise is seeing Michael Whiting way out front. Michael Whiting is going to lead the entire field down pit road. Albie Hewins, Dylan Murray stay out to try and get a lap back here. Will Michael Whiting be able to get off pit road with the lead? Michael Whiting rolls off pit road with the lead. Albie is still scored up front, but he will likely be hitting pit road this time. Albie on pit road gives Whiting the lead. Gourmet in second. AJ now to third. Richie Joplin in fourth. Mark Nelson in fifth. Eric Stoy in sixth. Jeff Hinkle in seventh. Look at this. Mark Dantuma up to eighth. Cody Kennedy in ninth. And Harley Barletta in 10th. That does put Mark Dantuma over the $200 mark in the race from the back challenge. He came into tonight with 194 cars passed. Now up to 206. Michael Whiting and Eric Story, the biggest story of the night. Those two are tied for 12th, trying to race their way into the playoffs. Eric Story currently runs in 6th. Michael Whiting has the lead. Story did have some help from teammates getting to victory lane a few weeks ago at Talladega. But is he going to have any help tonight to get past Michael Whiting? Lights are out on the pace car. Will anybody try and go the distance? They can all make it on fuel. Will anybody try and stretch the tires? We have been green up until the comp caution. Will they make it the rest of the race? And you know what we haven't done yet? Let's crank it up on the restart, folks. I'll stop talking. You guys turn up the volume. Here we go. Green is in the air. Caution is out. Caution is out. Cody Kennedy in the wall. Harley Barletta, DJ Kenner, William Mann Jr., and Dylan Murray all caught up. Let's see what happened. There's Cody on the high side, off into 1. Oh, looks like he gets a little bump from Barletta. DJ gets on the binders. And I think Albie Hewins may have actually snuck through that. Watching Albie Hewins from the blimp, I think he may have made it through unscathed. What a move by Albie Hewins. Several drivers on pit road. DJ Kenner, Harley Barletta, Cody Kennedy. All on pit road for repairs. They do have one fast repair here tonight, and it is short tracking under the lights. Incidents like that is where tempers start a-flaring. And what a save by Albie. Hey, Albie, it's Doug. You got me?
I do.
Hey, how puckered are you right about now, buddy?
That was a little close.
I have not seen anybody come through an incident like that any closer than what you had on both sides of that car to make it through unscathed. That was truly impressive.
Thanks. I weren't real sure I was going to make it, but I knew it was better than going low or I had a better chance, but we made it.
Definitely worked out. Hopefully that's the start of some good luck here tonight, buddy.
Thanks a lot, Doug.
Albie Ewan's definitely had a pucker moment there. Wow. DJ Kenner still on pit road. Dylan Murray is out on track. Cody Kennedy is repaired. Cody Kennedy used his fast repair. Harley Barletta appears to have not. Trying to get a look. It looked like Harley's back end may have been a little banged up still. It is still a little bit. Cody is back to 100%. Harley's got a little bit of damage back there. Everybody stacks back up side by side, ready to go. Michael Whiting in control. Pace car is in. Green back in the air. Michael Whiting sends it down into turn one ahead of Gourmet and AJ. Right behind, they get two, and some of them try to get three wide. And thought better of it. Mark Dantuma now to sixth. Battling with Mark Nelson in seventh. Jeff Hinkle in the mix, coming around Nelson on the high side. Eric Stoy sitting back in fifth place, trying to make his way up to the leader, Michael Whiting. Gorman staying right with Whiting. AJ Godsey not far behind. Brandon Springer back there in 10th. Aaron Mason right on his bumper in 11th. Gerald Poole now up to 12th. Rick Sargent in 13th. Mike Smith now up in 14th. Albie in 15th. After that, an amazing wreck avoidance. Cody Kennedy, though, already back. Oh, we've got Aaron Mason around. Rick Sargent's caught up. No caution. They're out of the groove. Now the caution is out. Lap 60. Only our second caution of the night. Aaron up on the high side. Gerald gets in deep. Looks like Gerald pushes up. Gets Aaron loose. Rick Sargent tried to avoid it, but nowhere to go. Aaron goes around. Gerald definitely sent it down into turn 3 that time. A lot of close racing going on out here. William Mann Jr., Rick Sargent, Aaron Mason, all to pit road. William Mann Jr. was not caught up in that. I'm guessing he is in for 4 tires. Gonna see if he can make something happen. Maybe not. His right side has not gone up. Looks like a fuel stop or repair stop only for Junior. Now, I think everybody came out of that one okay, Aaron. Okay, Kyle, except for Aaron. Rick Sargent now rolling off pit road. William Mann Jr. out. Aaron Mason back out. Michael Whiting still has the lead, still in control. Gorman in second, AJ in third. How much longer can Whiting hold them off? Also worth noting, Dan Tuma now up 15 spots. Should see lights out on this one. Should be getting 1 to green this time by. Lights are out. They stack back up side by side. Just doing some quick math here on Mark Dantuma's from the back challenge. He has passed on average 14 cars per race over the course of 13 races. That is really impressive. Pace car is in. Michael Whiting in control. Green back in the air. Down through 1 and 2. AJ Gonsi already looks underneath a Gourmet. Can't get the run. Richie onto the high side. Richie can't carry enough momentum to get around AJ. Dantuma to his bumper. Kevin Reed trying to make his way back toward the front underneath of Eric Stoy, but Eric's got the momentum up top. Brandon Springer now is making a move on Mark Nelson. Oh, a little bobble out of Reed. Until these tires come up to temp, and they are sliding just a bit. Michael Whiting in the lead. Garmin still holding on to second. Brandon Springer on the move. Kevin Reed gives up 8th. Springer now up to 8th and closing in. Eric Stoy in 7th, needs to get up there past in front of Michael Whiting. But now he has got to worry about Brandon Springer on the attack. Gerald Poole has now made his way up to 11th after starting the race with an EOL penalty. And look who's right behind him, Albie Hewins. Albie able to just barely squeeze through the chaos ahead. Picked up a ton of spots, and ever since that restart has been moving forward. But has Cody Kennedy right behind him. Harley Barletta back in 14th. Mike Smith in 15th. Mike under attack as Aaron Mason looked low out of 2. Richie Joplin sits in 4th place, not far behind AJ. Mark Dantuma in 5th. Michael Whiting has been unable to break away from Gourmet thus far. But keep an eye on Whiting. He is extraordinarily patient and extremely good on the long runs. Now the question becomes that all these drivers are thinking about it. 55 laps left to go. They've had a couple of cautions. It's let the tires cool down just a hair. Saved them a little bit of tire wear. Are they going to try and hold on to the end? Or are they pitting for tires at some point? Mark Nelson now all over the bumper of Kevin Reed. Gerald Poole and Albie Hewitt, or no, Cody Kennedy is now back up into 12th. Michael Whiting and David Garman, this is not something you say at a short track very often. Michael Whiting and David Garman are pulling away from AJ Godsey. Almost 1 second between Gourmet and AJ at the moment. Cody Kennedy now looking to the high side on Thanos. Oh, Gerald way loose out of 2. Cody Kennedy to 11th. Albie's got to run on the high side on Gerald. Cody Kennedy now up to 11th as he attacks on Mark Nelson. Albie Hewins has the nose ahead but loses grip mid-turn. Gerald holding on to 12th. The top 5 staying fairly evenly split for the moment. Michael Whiting, David Garman now have a 1 second lead on AJ Godsey, Richie Joplin, and Mark Dantuma. Cody Kennedy just took 10th. Mark Nelson drifts back to 11th. Cody already looking back underneath Kevin Reed. Cody's car has suddenly come alive. He is in full attack mode. Look at the run he gets out of 2. Holy cow. Has to check up for Springer or he'd be clear. Down the front straightaway, can he get the Springer here? Oh, a little bobble for Cody that time. He still holds 10th. Michael Whiting, David Garman still nose to tail, but now a 1.1 second gap back to AJ. Richie Joplin stayed about 3/10 of a second back. Mark Dantuma about 4/10 of a second back. Jeff Hinkle about 1 second back. Keep an eye on him as we get down to the later laps. Hinkle is known for his tire saving. He could come on very, very strong late in this race. Eric Stoy trying to fight his way into the playoffs, but sits back into 7th. Cody Kennedy in 8th. Mark Nelson is now back up into 9th underneath Brandon Springer. Cody Kennedy and Mark Nelson have both just come alive. Cody and Mark now less than 2 seconds behind Stoy. Jeff Hinkle is starting to close in on the cars ahead. Hinkle now just 6/10 of a second behind Mark Dantuma. And closing. And at 90 laps, just 3.1 seconds out of the lead. Michael Whiting has started to put some breathing room between him and Garmin. Little by little, he is opening up a couple of car lengths. Less than 40 laps to go. Will anybody come in for tires? Everybody can make it on fuel. Harley Barletta starting to move forward yet again. He is now back up into 12th, closing in on Gerald Poole in 11th. Brandon Springer had quite an attack going on, but is now holding at 10th. Mark Nelson, meanwhile, battling with Cody Kennedy for 8th. Ooh, it gets close. Out of 4. William Mann Jr. back in the saddle tonight, but back in 16th. Rick Sargent in 17th. Aaron Mason back in 18th after that incident. The car is fixed, but they did not take tires. Dylan Murray has gone a lap down, now in the mix with the leaders. Hinkle was closing the gap on Dantuma, but now sits 1 second back. Jeff Hinkle clearing lap traffic. Can he close back up on Dantuma? David Gorman is somehow still hanging with Michael Whiting, and AJ Godsey appears to be closing back in the gap, less than a second now. Laps to go at Richmond. Will they make it to the end under green flag conditions, and will anybody stop for tires? AJ Godsey did say a couple of weeks ago he stopped, took right sides only, and the car rotated better. If we see an opportunity, whoa, Garmy tried to shoot to the high side into one. A little bobble out of two for Garmin. Michael Whiting has not changed his line all night long. Garmin trying to move up mid-track to see if he can carry some more momentum out of the turns. Aaron Mason is on pit road. The first car to stop for tires. Will we see the rest of the field in? Aaron was in 18th place, had nothing to lose, but can he make it work? Another bobble out of Garmy off turn 2. AJ closing in as Michael Whiting should start reeling in lap traffic before long. Looking down from the blimp, you can see that gap between Michael Whiting and David Garman starting to grow, and AJ Godsey starting to come back into the picture. Aaron Mason is back out on track, currently scored in 19th place, but closing very, very quickly in on Dylan Murray. Remember, Aaron Mason out here on 4 fresh tires. Everybody else has been out there for 60-ish laps. AJ Godsey has come by Garmin and moved into second. He is 0.8 of a second behind Whiting and closing. Michael Whiting, meanwhile, looking at lap traffic ahead with 22 to go. Whiting out of turn 4 to the back bumper on Albie and William Mann. That is going to allow AJ to close right back up. Michael Whiting has no move here. Whiting looks underneath Albie, and AJ is almost there. This may come down to who navigates the lap traffic the best. Gorman is almost pulled back up to AJ. Richie Joplin on the way as well. Mark Dantuma still working in 5th. Eric Stoy has now moved up into 6th. They come out of lap traffic with AJ right on Michael's bumper. Garmy now stuck a couple of cars back in lap traffic. 18 to go. Can Whiting hold him off? Aaron Mason now on fresh tires up to 18th. He is rapidly closing in on Albie Hewins and William Mann Jr. $16 laps to go for Michael Whiting. As long as he finishes ahead of Eric Stoy, he is in the playoffs. Stoy back in 6th place at the moment. But AJ is on his bumper. AJ has already locked up the regular season championship. He looks to the high sign. Does not have enough of a run as they head off into 3. Oh, Whiting, a bobble coming out of 4. The first bobble we have seen out of Michael all night. AJ just wasn't in a position to pounce. Dylan Murray is on pit road. He saw the difference that those fresh tires making for Aaron Mason. He went in. Aaron Mason in the last few laps has gained over 6 seconds on the cars ahead. When he hit pit road, he was in 18th. He's 18th now with a shot at moving up. But 12 laps to get it done for Aaron. $11 laps to go. AJ is not giving an inch. Neither is Michael Whiting. Gorman could not hold on back in 3rd. Richie Joplin still lurking at 4th. Dan Tuma in 5th. Stoy back in 6th. As of right now, Michael Whiting is the 12th man in the playoffs. AJ Gonsey to the high side, but Kevin Reed is out there. AJ clears into 3. AJ Gonsey to the lead for the first time tonight. Michael Whiting in 2nd would still be the 12th man in the playoffs. Gorman back in 3rd, gains a little time as they battle each other and battling in the lap traffic, but he is way behind. Hey, good evening, Eddie. Miss you too, buddy. AJ Gotzi looking for his 5th win of the season, but he is in heavy lap traffic. Whiting is closing back in. And Michael Whiting is closing back in fast. He looks under Rick Sargent. Can Whiting get back to AJ? AJ under Springer. 5 laps to go for AJ Gotzi. Eric, what have you been up to? Or Eddie, sorry. Yeah, I'm tired, dude. How have you been, Eddie? 4 to go for AJ Gotzi. Michael Whiting sits 1 1/4 seconds back at the moment. Gourmet in 3rd. Aaron Mason has closed down to just 12 seconds behind Albie Ewens, and he'd taken tires a few laps sooner. He'd be passing cars. Two laps to go for AJ Gotzi. The short track king is going to do it again. Always a contender on the short tracks. He hung out in the top 3 all night long. Quietly wore down Michael Whiting to take the lead. White flag is in the air one more time around. And AJ will win the regular season championship here tonight with his 5th win of the season. AJ does it again. He wins at Richmond. Michael Whiting comes home with a hard-fought 2nd, and Gourmet finishes in 3rd. Let's see if we can talk to our top 3. Gourmet, that was quite a fight you had. You stuck with Whiting for a very long time.
Yeah, I'm faster than him at the beginning of the run. For a while, I could feel it, and then, I don't know, I changed my line a little bit, and I was like, I can still pass him, and then once I changed my line, I felt the right front just let go immediately, and I was like, that's it, and he just started letting go, and then AJ does AJ things, and so I was like, well, I'm not even going to fight that, because he'll just wreck me if I do.
It was definitely one heck of a fight. You definitely gave Michael a run for his money. You're locked into the playoffs once again, and great to see you back in there.
Yeah, no, it's good to be there. Hopefully I can run every race and compete for it and see where we end up. So that was a fun race, a long race, but that was a lot of fun.
Well, another great job, buddy. Congratulations.
Thanks, Doug.
Gourmet obviously sounding a little bit tired there. Michael Whiting came home in 2nd. Michael, I really thought you had this one licked.
Yeah, Gourmet wore me out. Just trying to stay in front of him. I lost all drive up and off, and when AJ got to me, I'm like, oh man, this is not good.
I saw the whole race. AJ had 2 or 3 bobbles out of turn 2. You had exactly 1 bobble out of turn 2, but it was the one when it counted when AJ managed to get under you.
Yeah, no, I was done. The car was a handful at that point. Like I said, I just tried to stay in front and control, the race, and it wore me out.
Well, the most important thing here is you beat Eric Stoy by quite a bit and locked yourself into the playoffs.
Well, that's pretty cool. That's good to hear. But I would have liked to won the race. But oh well, it was fun. Good time.
Well, great job tonight, buddy. Congrats. Looking forward to your playoff run.
All right, thanks, Doug.
And finally, our winner, AJ, 5th win of the season, and you win the regular season championship.
Yeah, wasn't an easy one tonight coming from the back, man. It was tough out there. Tires, luckily I had good tire fall off. I knew I was good on the long run, so I just sat there on that last run in third trying to be patient, and paid off, I guess. Seemed like they started to fall off there the last 15, 20 laps.
Did at any point, I mean, you saw Garmin suddenly start coming back, but really it was you reeling in Michael. I don't know that your times were really, really close. It was a really slow reeling him in process there.
Yeah, I was definitely getting worried. You know, we got about 30 laps into that run, and I really wasn't making up any time on him, so I didn't know if I was doing good saving or not. Then David fell off really hard and got by him pretty quick, and luckily I got to the outside of Michael there and he got loose off the corner, so it made it easy to get by, but I figured it was definitely going to be a lot harder to get by Michael there.
Oh man, you put on one heck of a show all season long. 5 regular season wins, the regular season championship. You gonna go out and dominate the playoffs now?
Well, that's the plan, man. Couldn't do any of this without the help of, you know, my teammates, Jeff and Mike, Richie, Eric, Bubba. You know, those guys practiced with me all week long doing official races and whatnot, so couldn't do it without them.
Well, great job tonight, man. Congratulations. An awesome, awesome night for you.
Yeah, thanks, Doug.
AJ Gods, he pulls off the win and wins the regular season championship. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Now, tomorrow we'll have some special streams up. Tomorrow is my birthday, so y'all go donate to the MS fundraiser for our birthday tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope y'all had as much fun as we did tonight. Have a great night, everybody.